What happens to people over 60 if they eat natto every day? That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya, the Natto King. I am the author of Natto Unleashed and the Ikigai Diet. Okay, so natto is a Japanese superfood. Yeah, it has so many health benefits and it's supposed to be good for you. Yeah. So does it mean it is good for people over 62? Yeah. So that's something I'm going to talk about today. And then you'll be surprised to hear the result. So please watch the video until the end. Okay. So first of all, natto was selected to be the healthiest food. Yeah, by 300 Japanese doctors. So I made a video about it. It's called Top 10 Healthiest Food Selected by 300 Japanese Doctors. So please watch it for detail. Yeah, but anyway, natto became number one among the top 10 healthiest food. Yeah, and the reasons why they chose natto to be number one were one, it improved the condition of our intestinal environment, and two, it prevents cerebral infarction and cardiac infarctions, and three, it prevents arteriosclerosis, and then four, it prevents type 2 diabetes, and five, it prevents cancer, and six, it prevents dementia. Right. So all those diseases, yeah, you're more likely to get once you're over 60. Yeah. Therefore, natto is good for everyone, but especially for people who are over 60, you gain more benefit. Right. Now this is because so natto has many health benefits, but the two key things in natto are nattokin, that's a natto bacteria, Bacillus subtilis, yeah, and nattokinase, that is an enzyme in natto, yeah. So nattokin support your gut health, and nattokinase support your blood circulation. The gut health and the blood circulation are two key things for your health. Yeah. Therefore, natto is basically a go-to food if you want to prevent you from catching many diseases. Right. Now, another key thing is autophagy, and that is considered to be the key to anti-aging. Yeah, it's a cellular recycling mechanism. Now, so it kind of repairs the damaged cell and then recycles to new ones. So we have this function naturally when we were younger, but once we get older, this function deteriorates and we need to consciously activate it. And natto contains a nutrient called spermidine, and that activate autophagy. All right. Also, you need bone health for longevity. Yeah, because injuries from falling are one of the major causes of death among senior citizens. Yeah. So when we think about longevity, often we think about diseases. We want to, avoid catching all those diseases, but injuries are, our enemies too. Yeah, we need to protect ourselves. And one thing we need a bone density. We need strong bones. Yeah. And natto contains vitamin K2 and calcium, and they support your bone health. Right. So not many foods contain high amount of vitamin K2. Natto is one of the few foods that contain it. Therefore, if you want to gain the benefit of vitamin K2 to improve your bone health, you definitely want to eat natto. And also, to prevent from falling, you need muscle mass too. You need both bone density and muscle mass. And you know what? Natto is a protein powerhouse. Yeah. So it can also support your muscles too. Yeah. Now, look at the protein content per 100 grams. Natto contains 19 grams, which is close to some other animal-based protein sources. Now, the incredible thing about natto is it is plant-based. Yeah. And then it has a high protein content among the plant-based protein sources. Yeah. Now, this is a significant factor because for longevity, uh, often it is said that you want to reduce the protein intake. Yeah, because if you have a too much protein, that might inhibit autophagy. Yeah, to activate autophagy, you don't want to take too much protein. Yeah. So however, therefore, some people recommend to be on a plant-based diet. Yeah, it is good to be on a plant-based diet for anti-aging. Yeah. However, if you're on a plant-based diet, sometimes you might have protein deficiency, right? And again, protein is important for your muscle mass. Yeah. So natto is a good solution in this case because it's a plant-based, but it's contain high protein. So you might gain enough protein, yet not too much. Yeah. So it's kind of a sweet spot, really. Yeah. However, as far as protein is concerned, there's conflicting views. There's protein argument going on at the moment. I mean, some people say you don't want too much protein for longevity. Yeah. But others say you need a lot of protein for muscle mass. So it's a little confusing. But there seem to be other agenda going on there too. I mean, people who support plant-based diet, they might exaggerate the fact that you don't want protein. And the people who support, ketogenic diet or carnivore diet, want to convince you that you need more protein and so on. So sometimes it is difficult to understand the argument unless you are knowledgeable about science and you can understand all the scientific papers and so on, because both camps seem to be pretty convincing, really. So when that happens, what I usually do is I just look for common sense. Yeah. Just think of your, just observe your life in general and, how healthy people eat and so on. Yeah. And if you look at, for example, Blue Zone's diet or the Mediterranean diet or the Japanese diet, yeah, none of them are 100% vegan or carnivore. Yeah. They are pretty balanced. Yeah. Kind of has a good balance of everything, really. The good balance of, carbs, protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals. Yeah. And they don't practice low carb diet either. Yeah. You have a certain amount of carbs too. So I think balance seems to be the key, not necessarily avoiding one type of ingredient, right? And the other thing is diversity. Yeah, they eat all kinds of foods. Yeah, they eat beans, they eat fish, they eat meat, they eat dairy, and lots of vegetables too. I mean, for the Blue Zone diet, I mean, they probably don't eat so much animal-based protein, but still, they do a little bit, right? And then, but if you look at today's Western diet, such as standard American diet, yeah, there's too much animal-based protein, too much meat and dairy, yeah. So in that case, maybe you gain more benefit by increasing plant-based protein. Yeah, I'm not saying you should not eat meat, but you can add, food like natto to increase a plant-based protein intake. Therefore, natto is a solution yeah, and then, I mean, even if you have some animal-based protein, by adding natto, it can create this balance and diversity. Yeah. Okay. So, is it good for people over 60 to eat natto? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is good. Yeah, because it is good for your disease prevention. It is good for your aging prevention, and it is good for your injury prevention. Right. However, is it good to eat natto every day? Yeah, because my question was, what happens to people over 60 if they eat natto every day? Yeah, well, in Japan, it is usually said, as long as you eat up to 2 packs of natto every day, which is about 100 grams. Yeah, it depending on the packages. I mean, usually one pack is about 50 grams, but it changes depending on the package, of course. Yeah, so you can eat natto every day as long as you stay on this limit. If you eat too much natto, you might get too much purine, yeah, which becomes the cause of gout. Yeah. So it says uh, the maximum amount of purine per day is 400 milligrams, and then 50 grams of natto contains 60 milligrams of purine. Yeah. So if you're eating some other food which contains high purine, for example, 100 grams of sardine contains 210 milligrams of purine, and then liver contains over 200 milligrams of purine. So depending on what else you're eating, yeah, so you don't want to eat too much natto to add the purine content. But if you're eating just 50 grams of natto, it's only 60 milligrams, so you don't need to worry about it too much. In fact, yeah, you should be safe. Therefore, I recommend 1 pack a day. Yeah, that is 50 grams. Yeah. So if you are eating just 1 pack a day, then you can eat natto every day. However, I like, Hare and K system, right? Where you practice a plant-based diet during the week, but you can include animal-based on the weekend. Yeah. Here you can create this balance. So that means you eat natto only during the week and you don't eat natto on the weekend. So that means you eat natto 5 days a week, not every single day. Okay, for details about the Kale and K system, please watch my other videos about Kale and K intermittent fasting. Yeah, or read my book, Ikigai Biohacking. Yeah, so the bottom line, that the conclusion is, yeah, what happens to people over 60 if they eat natto every day? The answer is, if people over 60 eat natto regularly, they'll improve their health tremendously. Yeah, provided that if they have a specific medical condition, always consult their doctor first. Yeah, for example, if they're on a blood thinning medication or something, then you need to avoid eating natto. So you need to consult your doctor first if you have a specific medical condition. But otherwise, the people in general, yeah, you can gain a lot of benefit by eating natto frequently. Yeah. So more about natto's health benefits, such as, nattokin, nattokinase, spermidine, vitamin K2, what they can do for you, please read my book, Natto Unleashed. The book contains other information such as recipes, where to buy natto, DIY natto, navigating natto's taste, and natto hacking. That's it for today. Thank you for watching Again, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of Natto Unleashed and the Ikigai Diet. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. Are you over 60 and do you eat natto regularly? Thank you. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!